On March 25, 2026, Australia's Department of Home Affairs quietly switched on a new automated triage system for visa applications. The government is promoting a massive benefit to applicants. If you are applying for high-volume visas, processing times are being slashed. We're talking about turnaround times as short as 15 to 25 days. This fast-track update specifically targets the Subclass 500 student visa, the 482 employer-sponsored visa, the 186 permanent employer-sponsored visa, and the general skilled migration pathways. But to achieve that speed, the department implemented a catch. Your application is no longer handed directly to a case officer. It goes through an AI-driven rules engine that triages, validates, and assigns you a risk score before a human ever looks at your file. The exact second you click Submit in IMI account, this machine scans every single field and uploaded document, looking for absolute completeness and consistency. If your file is perfectly organized, you get the promised 15-day approval. If you are missing a single piece of evidence, you get a fast-tracked refusal. For years, the standard strategy for DIY applicants was to lodge an incomplete application just to secure a spot in the processing queue. You could hit Submit and figure out the missing documents later. Human case officers were forgiving. If you forgot a bank statement, they would send you a polite Section 56 notice, giving you a 28-day courtesy window to upload the missing file. In the old pipeline, a missing document triggered a 28-day courtesy request, eventually leading to an approval. Under the post-March 2026 system, that same missing document hits the automated rules engine, generates an instant risk flag, and routes directly to a fast-tracked refusal. Under this logic, an application that is 99% complete is treated exactly the same as an application that is 0% complete. You have to sacrifice the convenience of submitting early. To survive this system, you take on the upfront burden of building a 100% decision-ready file before you ever log in. Since the system went live, applicants are getting caught by 3 specific automated triggers. The first is the real-time health examination check. When you apply, you provide a HAP ID, your health examination identifier. The AI pings the immigration database to verify that your medical clearance is already attached to that ID. Applicants often complete their physical medical exam in the morning and lodge their visa application that same afternoon, thinking they have checked the box. But panel physicians do not upload digital results instantly. If those results haven't hit the network, the AI reads your HAP ID as blank. The system flags the application as incomplete on the spot, pushing your file directly into the refusal pathway. Delaying your visa lodgement while waiting for a physician's upload might push you uncomfortably close to your current visa's expiry date. But that delay secures you against an automated rejection. The second major trigger specifically targets skilled migration visas, like the 189, 190, and 491. The rules engine automatically matches your final evidence against your initial expression of interest. This auto-kill matrix validates your claims, drawing a line between your EOI points and uploaded evidence.
If your birthday passes before lodging, lowering your points bracket, it breaks the logic instantly. Similarly, if full-time employment dates overlap study dates, timeline bars trigger immediate failure. In the past, you could attach a cover letter explaining that you worked night shifts while studying, and a human officer would assess the context. The machine does not read cover letters. It recognizes binary truths based strictly on calendar dates. Skilled migrants have to format their entire life history to fit within this rigid digital logic. You can no longer rely on a case officer's subjective interpretation to save a poorly dated file. The third trigger primarily affects student visas and employer-sponsored 482 visas. The system runs an algorithmic calculation on your financial evidence. For a 2026 student visa, the baseline is a mandatory $29,710 Australian dollars per year for living costs. You have to prove this using bank statements that are less than 3 months old. The rules engine takes that base figure and dynamically multiplies it against the exact duration of your course and the number of dependents attached to your file. If the final balance in your account falls short by even a few dollars due to a minor currency conversion fluctuation, the algorithm issues an automated failure. The machine does not round up. Employer-sponsored 482 contracts face the exact same scrutiny. The system scans the employment contract to ensure the base salary strictly clears the minimum income thresholds down to the cent.
You have to overcapitalize your accounts and front-load mathematically precise evidence. The leeway of human leniency is gone. Triggering any of these automated refusals carries severe financial consequences. An AI rejection means losing your government application fees, which range from $700 to over $4,500, depending on the subclass. Worse, it leaves a permanent refusal mark on your immigration history. This quadrant chart plots your specific situation to help calculate if applying by yourself is worth the risk. The ideal DIY candidate sits in the bottom left, a single applicant with a simple renewal and months of buffer time. But if you are rushing a 482 visa or have overlapping career histories, you sit in the high-risk quadrants. You must avoid a DIY application. In this automated environment, registered migration agents operate differently. They act as quality assurance engineers, explicitly designing your file to pass the machine's validation rather than just filling out forms. Saving money on agent fees is a false economy if you fall into a high-risk quadrant. The cost of a machine failure is absolute. Australia's 2026 visa update traded human leniency for raw algorithmic speed. Your only goal is constructing a fully decision-ready file before you ever log in to IMI account. The machine gatekeeper is undefeated against incomplete files, but it highly rewards perfectly structured ones. When your data sequence is absolutely perfect, your Australian visa application is instantly cleared in just a few days. Before you spend thousands on application fees, utilize free visa assessment tools to audit your exact risk level and catch discrepancies early. Securing an Australian visa today requires beating the machine's logic long before you ever click submit.